weed, pot, ganja, marijuana. 400 years ago, the plant that now fuels billion-dollar dispensaries and political debates was once as ordinary as corn or tobacco. So in 1619, the Virginia Assembly passed a law requiring every farmer to grow hemp. Not to smoke it, but to make rope, sails, and clothing for a growing colony. In states like Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, hemp was so valuable that it could even be used as legal timber. Think about that. For over 2 centuries, hemp was a pillar of American agriculture. It wasn't until the late 1800s that marijuana, the dried flower of the same plant, began showing up in pharmacy bottles as a common ingredient in tonic and pain medicine. By then, Appalachia, from the Blue Ridge to the Tug Fork, was quietly growing its share of hemp alongside corn and tobacco, but the tide, as we all know, turned fast. So by the early 1900s, waves of immigration, racial prejudice, and fear campaigns branded marijuana as dangerous and a foreign menace threatening the moral fabric of the nation. Movies like Reefer Madness from 1936 painted it as the devil's weed. And politicians like Harvey Anslinger, head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, turned hemp and marijuana into public enemies. So by 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act effectively criminalized the plant altogether. What had once been patriotic, quote, hemp for victory in the newspaper headlines during World War II, was now outlawed. Appalachia's relationship with hemp went underground, and decades of harsh sentencing laws followed. In the 1950s, a first-time marijuana charge could mean up to 10 years in prison and a $20,000 fine, a staggering punishment that destroyed countless rural families. Let's be honest. How many people are still in jail today? Then came the 1960s and 70s. As the counterculture embraced marijuana, the South and Appalachia saw two worlds collide. Small towns caught between law and order politics and a new generation testing the boundaries. Nixon's war on drugs and Reagan's mandatory minimums made sure the stigma stuck, particularly in poor and working class communities. Appalachia became a place where marijuana arrests filled local jails even as its use became more widespread. But history, like the mountains, moves in cycles. In the last decade, the same hills once haunted by prohibition are now leading quiet revolutions in cannabis reform. West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland have all legalized medical marijuana. Woo! With some now moving toward full recreational legalization. Woo! Woo! States that once punished possession now license dispensaries. Farmers who once risked prison for growing a few plants can now cultivate hemp legally as part of a booming Appalachian agricultural economy. It's taken 4 centuries to come full circle, from mandatory hemp farming in 1619 to the criminalization in 1937 to legalization in the 21st century. The plant that once built ships and sent pioneers west now builds economies and funds small town development. And through it all, Appalachia remains at the heart of that story. A region that has always known how to grow things, how to endure, and how to reclaim what was once taken away. Follow and subscribe to Creepalachia for more eerie content from the hills.